short, but I appreciate the opportunity to share with the young people. Like the governor, I'm from South Carolina, so anytime I get in front of people, I like to just tell them something short and maybe give them something that they can take away. So, based on what I've heard Munster and the governor say this morning, and the minister here share with you, I want to try to let you draw a mental picture of that. On this board, just envision a big piece of land over here. And then over here, envision just a whole bunch of islands. Okay, so there's a bunch of islands, and people are living on those islands. Oh, thank you. Can I draw on this?
Sure, please.
All right, let's envision this as a piece of land, and over here we have a bunch of islands. And these islands represent different nationalities, different religions. Each of them are separate, and they're self-sufficient on their own. But it's just an island, and in between these islands, they can't get to each other, because there's all kinds of... On the island, they cannot reach each other because the water is full of all kinds of sea monsters and sharks and critters. If they put their toe in the water, they're going to lose a foot, you know. But after a while, they run out of food. And they're all starving. And they look over here and they see all the food on this big island. And they say to themselves, oh, you know, if we could only get over there, we could live. And so what happens is they build a tower over here and they look and they can see all these people. They stayed separate. They didn't work together. And they're all starving. So somebody over here says, you know, we can build a bridge to this first island. And then if we build a bridge to that first island and bring them food, they can come back here and help us get materials, and we can build a bridge to this next island. And then these people all start working together, and they say, well, now these two guys, if they work together with this group, they can help these other people from starving. And they just start building bridges that connect all the different islands. And before you know it, they're all mixed together. They've found out working together, not looking at separate differences in each other, but looking at what they can do as one. They can survive. They can make a good life for each other. And they can have peace. And this bridge that brings everybody together, that's what we're talking about when we talk about the teachings of Jesus. The bridge between all religions and all different denominations, different cultural backgrounds, ethnicities, is Jesus. He has one common message. And he tells us, love the God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your strength. And then he says, and love your neighbor as yourself. So just remember this. Whenever there are differences, look to the teachings of Jesus. And he will bring the world together. And we can really experience peace. And if you young people will take that serious, you'll see that Kosovo, as the governor shared, can become a light and a real beacon to the world. Thank you very much for your time, and may God bless you in your future.
Texas, and it's great to be with you. This is my second visit to, although we don't know how to use microphones in Texas, so thank you. It's my second visit to Kosovo. I was here last April. It's great to be back, and I can't tell you how encouraged I am to see the energy and the passion and the excitement in this room, particularly since you're all on vacation this week. That's awesome. I just want to tell you a quick story. We have shopping malls in America, as I'm sure you do here. And heard a story about a man who was with his wife in the mall. She was off shopping, as wives are wanted to do. He was bored, so he got a newspaper. He started to read on a bench in the mall. And after a while, he heard this voice, "Hey!" He looked around, nobody was there. So he went back to his paper. A couple minutes later, he heard that voice again. And he said, "Hey!" And he looked around, and there was a parrot in a pet shop window across the mall. And he said, "Yes." And he couldn't believe he was talking to a bird. And he said, "Yes." And the bird said, "You're stupid, and your wife's ugly." And the man said, "What?" And the bird said again, "You're stupid, and your wife's ugly." And the man said, "That's exactly what I thought." He said, so he put his paper down, and he walked into that pet shop, and he found the owner, and he said, "Your bird just insulted me." And the owner said, "Was it that parrot in the window?" "Yeah." "Oh," he said, "we've had trouble with that bird. I'll take care of it." So he went to the window, and he opened the back of it, and he put on these big rubber gloves, and he slapped that bird within an inch of its life. I mean, the bird was almost hardly able to hold on to his perch. Feathers were flying. He figured he'd done all he could do. He thanked the owner, and he walked down the mall to find his wife. He heard that voice again, "Hey!" And he looked around, and he goes, "What?" And the bird said, "You know what." I tell you that story why. Some of you may be too young to remember what Kosovo went through 13, 14 years ago. Some of you may remember or heard stories you may want to forget. But all of you are of an age when you know that those hard times are behind you. And you now, there's a new Kosovo and a new life as leaders with whom we've been meeting are trying to build a new nation and move forward. That's awesome. And I just want to encourage you that don't ever apologize for your youth. We've been, many times we go to Washington, D.C. That city is run on 20-somethings. As the governor can tell you, these staffs all have enormous responsibility. And they're early 20s, mid-20s at the latest, and great opportunities, and their passion and energy, harnessing it towards doing what is right. Never miss an opportunity to do the right thing in the right way at the right time. And I'm in public relations and media. And that includes marketing and advertising. We have two companies, you've probably never heard of them, but I will tell you their slogans that apply to us today. One is Home Depot. Anybody heard of Home Depot? It's a big building center. They have a motto that says, "You can do it, we can help." What they do is they have builders there to give you information about how to do a project at home, okay? Their competition is a company called Lowe's. Anybody heard of Lowe's? It's a little higher end. They have a lot of single women. And these women don't know how to, maybe you're afraid of starting a project, so their motto is, "Let's build something together." Yes, Kosovo can do it, we can help, but we'd rather say, let's build something together as your friends. Know that you have friends in us in America. We will be praying for you as you take on the leadership and work towards this new Kosovo. And thank you for the opportunity to be with you today. God bless you.